Okay, so here we are down in the shop, which for the record I'll give you a little tour of. This is all my dad's shit. I can't really see anything on this side. So we've got tools and tools and tools and drill press and a bandsaw and a metal lathe. Pretty sweet. I used to mod Nerf guns on that all the time. I really should be down here fixing my tripod, but I'm not. I'm doing this. But as you can see, is kind of broken. I have to manually put all the legs out exactly right. But anyway, to get started here, there are 5 screws on the bottom of the Saturn. 2 of them are kind of on the edge. Pretty simple. Take this guy off. I've already got a mod chip in mine right here, which I think I'm going to have to do something about. If I can get it out carefully. Things are really flimsy. Move this from here. I'm also going to have to unsolder it from the power, which will suck. But anyway, I think I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, and my soldering iron is not heated up. So, I will let that happen and I will be right back. Okay, back. Got this carefully removed. This is the original ribbon cable that goes from the CD-ROM drive, or disk drive, CD drive to the motherboard. So normally you'd have a cable going here. Well, first off, this is a Model 2 USA Saturn. So if you have a Model 1, it's going to be different. If you have, another region, it might still be different. But anyway, first thing, you want to unplug the power switch from the actual power supply. And then you want to remove the power supply, which is a little tricky. It's got 1 screw on it and a little clip over here. I don't know if I have this screw out all the way. I do. I have the problem of I've got solder. I'm going to have to get some wick or something probably. I've got some solder on one of the pins because I was stealing 5 volts from it. If you've never used solder wick before, it's this kind of braided stuff. It's flippers. Basically, it's just an easy way to get rid of solder on something. But cut it off and you can kind of bunch it up. I don't know if I've got that in the right. Bunch it up, kind of loosen it up a little bit. And basically, just stick that on whatever you want to get the solder off of. Unfortunately, I'm next to plastic here, which really sucks. And then remove it. It might work. And it kind of screwed up my thing there. At least I think that's the only screw. Oh, I forgot. There are 2 screws holding this on. So don't break your power supply in half. And don't drop screws on the floor like an idiot. I've got a bunch of screws sitting in here loose. Oh, this one's a doozy. I'm prepared. I don't even know where that other fucking screw came from. Damn it. Okay, that went to the power button. This has a lot of screws on the inside, which is really going to be the most difficult part, is keeping track of all of them. But as long as you keep them in their holes when you remove stuff, okay, those go to that. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to have to work on this power plug a little bit, but one quick thing to mention, if you put everything back together and you're done, you turn your Saturn on, nothing happens. Maybe the power light comes on, but it won't do anything after that. Make sure this is seated nicely. Make sure you got the screw in it. You might even unscrew it and kind of wiggle it a little bit. Because one time when I was doing the swap trick, playing with this door close button, that happened. My Saturn wouldn't come on back on. I messed with everything, and as soon as I reseated this connection, it came back. So keep that in mind. I'm going to put this screw right in here. Keep this in a safe place, like up here. So there's this plastic thing which shields the power supply from this metal. You want to make sure you keep that probably with the power supply as well. It's not something you want to forget. Then the fun part. Power button has 2 screws on it, one of them which is here. So put that somewhere safe. Don't want to knock any of this over because you'll lose all your screws and then just be pissed off that I told you to do this. Told you it was easy. Get one more screw here. Now, there are... Oh, that's not the right screw. Find out where that screw came from. That's that screw. This screw comes from over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws holding this big metal section on. And this, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Let me show you what the problem is. This is the, I believe, the power for the drive here. And as you see, it goes down to the motherboard, which is not really removable down there. But it will unclip here, and mine is held on with a nice little zip tie. So I'm going to need to get rid of that. And then I can pull this off and remove this tray. This whole thing. And it even has another little ground thing down there. So, let me do that really quick. And there you go. Just pops right out. Got rid of the zip tie. I'm not going to replace it or anything. So, and this comes right off. And you've got this one more thing down here, which is, I guess, kind of a grounding strip. Can't tell. I think it's metal, maybe not. And it's got one more screw. Obviously, you're going to want to keep this one with this plastic bit as well, however you can. And it looks like it's safe to put this upside down. It doesn't look like you're going to scratch the lens or anything, as long as you don't knock it over or jam screwdrivers into it. So, anyway, we got a screw, 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 a screw, screw, a screw, a screw, and a screw. So back to business. This all should, as soon as you get the screws out, I think, just come right off. Got one more I gotta do. I think and I hope. That's loose. That's loose. If I haven't underestimated it. Well, it's not coming up as easily as I wanted it to. This isn't quite out. This isn't quite out. This one isn't quite out. These, not quite out. Like I said, I'm leaving all these screws in here and then just setting it somewhere safe so that way I don't have to worry about which screw goes in which hole, and that's a lot to remember. I'm even going to put it on something so that the screws are elevated and not getting pushed up by the floor. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look-see. Not positive where this exactly is. It might be on the bottom. I hope it's not on the bottom. Give it a little quick look of the board here.